everyone, it's John, and welcome to this week's episode of Cozy, Charming, Crazy Real Estate, where we talk about everything real estate, from home, buying and selling land, investing, property management, whether you're in California, New York, anywhere in between. What we cover here, we try to make applicable to any market in any state in the United States. We're here in California, so a lot of what we talk about is influenced by that, but the strategies, tactics, and information we provide is intended for every place across America. Today, we're going to talk about something that a lot of people in America are going to be facing in the coming year, and that is they're going to be looking for homes, and right now, there's not a lot for sale. Certainly not enough to meet the pent-up demand that's developed since the COVID shutdowns. So we're going to talk about a 8-step process to prepare offers on homes that are not listed for sale. In other words, what I call unsolicited offers for unlisted properties. So let's get right into the 8 steps. So let's dive into the 8 tasks that we're going to perform in order to get that offer at least in front of a potential seller and hopefully get it that offer accepted. So step number 1, identify your target neighborhoods. These first few steps are basically what you're going to do whether you're looking for a home that's listed or not listed, starting with number 1, where are the neighborhoods that would most likely fit your needs. Depending on your situation, you'll look at the classic: schools, commutes, safety, shopping and services nearby. If you like to walk to restaurants, are there restaurants nearby that you can walk to on a nice sunny afternoon or evening? Then the thing that often gets overlooked is the overall value of a neighborhood, and that is it a neighborhood that is going up in value, it's improving, or is it a neighborhood in decline? You don't want to forget to discuss that with your broker, because you may want to sell that house at some point in the future. Second step, identify property features needed. Again, this is what you would do for any home search. What kind of style of home? What kind of design do you like? How much of a lot do you need? How big a lot? How much parking do you need? And then the configuration of the home, the rooms. Do you need a closed door office? Do you need how many bedrooms? Do you need or want a formal dining room? All those needs need to be written down. And why do we write them down instead of just talking about it? Because it takes the emotion out of it. It just is a more concrete way of evaluating and really looking at what you really need. Step number 3 is to take those features that you need, the neighborhoods that you are looking at as potential neighborhoods that you could call home, and meet with your broker and share those needs, and let your broker give you information about the market. And so you can basically balance the market conditions or the neighborhoods with market conditions, and try to make sure that you can probably afford what you're looking for and that you can find what you're looking for. And with your broker, you can confirm the availability of properties of the type you're looking for in the neighborhoods where you want to live. Specifically, I mean, if you're looking for 10 bedrooms on a 10-acre lot, you're not going to find that in a neighborhood that typically has 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom homes on quarter-acre lots. That usually by zoning and land use regulations is not going to happen. So working with your broker, you should be able to verify which neighborhoods not only you like, but which neighborhoods are going to have homes in them that you would like also. Now, if you haven't done it already, you want to pre-qualify for a mortgage. Step 1 is to have a family plan. In other words, you don't want to say, okay, I'm going to buy a home, therefore we're going to give up sending the kids to college, or we're going to give up being able to take a vacation every year, or to have the kind of retirement you want. Those are all financial plan things that should come before you decide how much you want to spend on a home. So whether you're talking to a mortgage lender or a certified financial planner, or just you're sitting around the table with your family, you do want to come up with a financial plan so you know just not how much you qualify for, but how much you want to spend. And you may find that those are two different numbers. Consider a price premium to convince an owner to sell. In other words, if you're going to put an offer in on a home that you're really interested in, you're going to probably have to answer this question for yourself that the potential seller, might ask himself, and that is, what is this house worth? And then that seller is often going to say, well, you're offering me $4, but it's worth $5. Or perhaps you're offering me $5 and it's worth $5. Well, I might need a little bit more to convince me to leave. Something above market value. So you might want to also make plans for that. Talk to several lenders. Most lenders have at least one or two different programs that have features that are different from what other lenders might have. So when you talk to a few different lenders, they'll probably have several loan programs that are exactly like each other, but each one is likely to have one or two special programs, and from those you can pick the one that works for you. And the last thing that I've listed here that you can see is lock down your spending. What I mean by that is stop buying on credit. Do not make any big purchases. You are now, with the completion of mortgage pre-qualification, you are in that zone where you don't want to be buying anything, you don't want to be spending, you don't want to open new credit accounts. Seek the counsel of your mortgage lender. They'll usually give you something in writing that says, here's a list of the things thou shalt not do. Do comply with those. You don't want to be changing your loan qualification credentials during this process. Number 5, you want to create a target list, and that is to identify specific properties in the neighborhoods that wherever you've driven the streets, you've seen properties that appear to be meeting your needs, the lot size, the general style of the house. It has curb appeal for you. Write down those addresses. And then you and your broker working together can research those targets to understand the owner's current situation. And this can be very important. If a home has recently been sold, then the owner is going to be less likely to entertain offers because, well, they just moved in. Unless something just happened, which you can never predict. But generally, when someone has just moved in, they're not going to be looking at offers right away. You may want to look at homes where the homeowner has been in there for a while, and that information is available through the broker's multiple listing service, and also through county records that your broker should be able to access very quickly. Last thing you want to do is create a rough price and term strategy for each of your target properties. You may find that you want to that you have a ceiling of you're willing to pay only so many dollars, and you're willing to offer only some specific terms as far as you want to be able to move into the house within 60 days, giving the seller time to go find another home. Think about those terms, and then also look at each individual house and determine if you need to have separate terms for each individual property because they have some different features. Number 6 is develop a story. In success stories from submitting unsolicited offers, it's often found that the buyer, when they come in with a story that gets the owner's attention, they have much more chance of getting the owners to consider their offer. And it's like the toe that opens the door so that you can actually talk to somebody. If you tell the seller or the owner, not a seller yet, you tell the owner, hey, the reason I want to buy your house is because it's right around the corner from the school where my 3 kids are going to be going, and we really want to be in this neighborhood. Could be that your aunt who needs care is down at the end of the block and you want to move closer to her. Whatever your story is of why you want to be there, see if you can come up with a personal story that gets the attention of that homeowner so that they'll even consider looking at your offer. Number 7 is make inquiries. Determine the level of interest in a sale before actually making the offer. You may be able to write a letter. I don't recommend making a phone call because that has a bad flavor to it, but you might want to write a letter, a personal letter right up front, or have your broker write it on your behalf saying, hey, listen, this is, just be open and honest. This is what we're trying to do. We want to move in this neighborhood. There's nothing for sale. Would you be interested in looking at an offer? We would like to give you maybe just a one-page offer summary, and that might help, again, open the door for you. And then if you can get that door open, ask the owner just outright, what would they need to see in an offer to make them want to sell? And when you get all that information, sit down with your broker. When I say broker, I also mean could be just your agent or broker, depending on where you are, and use that information to make a strong offer. Try to, at all times, give the homeowner what they would want. It does go a long way in getting them to just look at that offer and seriously consider it. Finally, once you have all that information, submit offers. Start at the top of your list and then work your way down and keep making offers. You never know if one house is going to think about your offer, reject it, and come back a month later and ask you, hey, are you still interested in buying my house? You never know what the situation could be, so you want to go out there. You only want to give offers to homes that you're serious about, and you want to be honest and forthright with these owners, but keep making offers as long as you can, and either you're going to hopefully get the attention of a homeowner, or maybe another home will come up on the market in the meantime that meets your needs, and you can go ahead and shift and go after that one. So those are 8 tips to help you make to buy a house that's not for sale, to make an unsolicited offer for an unlisted home. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed these 8 steps, and if you did, please hit like and please subscribe, and we will see you in the next edition of Cozy, Charming, Crazy Real Estate. Take care.